Hey, everybody. Thanks for tuning in. Quick reminder, don't forget the essay seminars are coming up next week, and SAT and ACT classes are back on, thank God. It's been too long. So again, if you want to hit reviews or hit some courses, just let me know. The next 10 minutes, however, are inspired by a joke and a laugh. I hope you enjoy it. Welcome to the engine. I really like comedy. I didn't know when I was younger how much I enjoyed comedy. And in fact, I was kind of cranky about it. The first real big comedy experience that I had was not a surprise. Bill Cosby when I was younger. Bill Cosby is himself, and he just sat on this stool talking to the camera about just random things. I remember one of his bits. I think I was 15, 16 hearing this. One of his bits was about him making cake or giving his kids cake for breakfast because his wife was busy or something, and he had to get breakfast going, and he was thinking cake. He's like, you got eggs, you got milk, you got flour, it's perfect. And his wife comes out. She has a conniption. He talks about the skin on her head turning back. Now, obviously, when I was 16, I had no idea what Bill Cosby was up to personally, which is horrific. But that was the first time when I heard somebody talk and realized, like, damn it, man, they are really funny. Robin Williams was the next one. My grandmother actually for Christmas when I was 20 gave me a Robin Williams special on CD, and I listened to that, and oh my God, it was amazing stuff. Robin Williams would get going, and he had a cadence. Like he would get going at it was like a certain speed, and he would move so fast and hit you so hard that it was almost like impossible to keep up with him. But it was just like boom, boom, boom. I was just in stitches. We listened to it for like 2 or 3 days. I was living with a bunch of guys on the rowing team. We listened to it for 2 or 3 days. Every day we'd come home and listen to it again. And I burned a copy and gave it to my rowing coach. And he said he did the same thing. It was amazing. But the one that takes the cake is obviously in my mind Dave Chappelle. Because Dave Chappelle, he takes his time. He took his time kind of like Cosby. It's not like Williams. He took his time, and he takes his time in his specials, and he just talks. He just talks. But he nails you so hard, even when he's taking his time, like Williams. Robin Williams would just boom, 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 everything he said, but he was moving really fast. And Chappelle, it's like he machine guns you slowly. It's so incredible to me. Because I've tried in my class, I've been inspired at times by Dave Chappelle. So I've actually tried to make up little comic bits that are only like 90 seconds or 2 minutes, and in class you get tired and people get kind of droning on and get a little out of it. So you got to do something to wake everybody back up. It's usually making coffees or making fun of somebody, but a couple times I've tried to make bits that I thought were funny, and I realized just how unbelievably difficult it is to get somebody to laugh consistently over and over and over. It's impossible. And in Dave Chappelle's most recent comic special, he said things about the state of our society, about transgender and guns and all of these things that were just so unbelievably wrong to say. I mean, you can't. He at one point made a comparison between transgender and him feeling like he's Asian. So, everybody should treat him as if he's an Asian man because that's the way he feels inside. And the way he said it and his delivery and his analogies, they were so on point. You're listening to this saying like, God, you can't say that, but at the same time you're laughing so hard. And I've been thinking a lot about Dave Chappelle and comedians in general, comics. And just like I'm saying, Dave Chappelle said things you can't say. And it's true, you can't say that stuff. Like if I were to make that joke in class, even that's, like hands off from me. I'm like, that is too much. And I make a lot of colorful jokes in class, but I wouldn't touch that one ever. But comedians are free because they have developed the ability to make people laugh. And because people know their intent is to make them laugh, they're free to say things that we can't. They're free to communicate ideas and touch on things that we can't. The average person can't do. And it kills me because I watch Dave Chappelle and I watch other comedians say stuff where it's like, damn it, I wish I could say what they said. Whatever that may be. And I'm not that clever. I'm not that insightful. I'm certainly not that funny. There are times when I have little glimmers of insight, but it's not funny. I might have some insight about a couch dictating your life or Legos on a table making you build them. That's not funny. That's just me thinking of something. And I've been thinking about that a lot lately and how the average person like me is missing out on this next tier of expression and communication and openness. If I were funnier, if I were able to make people laugh, I could express my real thoughts on things more wholly. But because I'm not, I can't do that. I can't express myself the same way. I can't get away with saying the things Dave Chappelle said without there being backlash, without there being a consequence. And as I was thinking about that, a good friend of mine, trained with him, and we make fun of each other all the time. As I was thinking about that recently, I realized there's a different freedom that we all have, though. Comics have it, but we all have it. And I thought about it when my friends were making fun of me. Now, the things they're saying, not nearly comic level humor, but they're just making fun of me and I make fun of them and we go back and forth. And I realized there is freedom in being able to make people laugh. But being able to laugh, that is real freedom that we all have. Being able to laugh when my friends make fun of me, give me a hard time for saying something or doing something or just whatever, they're just rousing me. Being able to laugh about that brings a freedom, a lightness. It's almost like I can fly through the world. Being able to laugh at the absurdity of raising kids in this crazy time. Being able to laugh at the absurdity of everybody having different masks and then people getting really particular about which mask they want, like the design. Being able to laugh about all of the things that come your way and all the things that may hurt your feelings. That's the biggest one. Being able to take something that might cut you and it might really upset you if you let it, and being able to laugh about it. Being able to look at it and say, yeah, you know what, man? If I really dig deep, if I really think about this, yeah, it'll get me down. It'll upset me. I might even cry. Like, yeah. But being the type of person that can just laugh about it, God, there's a lightness there. There's a freedom there. You're not bound by one person's comment or your crazy imagination thinking about what they intended to say or what they wanted to say or did they mean to say it or you're not bound by any of that crap. You don't have to overanalyze things. You don't have to spend your time worrying or looking for an apology or thinking for years about how they did this and one day they're going to have to make it right. You don't have to do any of that if you can laugh about it. And that to me, I think is actually more powerful than being funny. That to me is more powerful than being able to express some concept on the edge of propriety. Being able to laugh is a different way of life. So the next time you find yourself in a little bit of a bind, the next time you're getting down or somebody says something, or you're just, you're grinding, find a little humor. Find a little something to laugh about. And the grind may not be so harsh. And your day, it might be a little bit lighter, a little bit freer. I'm Matt Todd, and this is the engine that drives me. Go out and crush it.